Welcome to Discover Manufacturing Week. We're so glad you could join us. My name is Cindy Farah and I'm your host. And I'm also the project coordinator for Discover Manufacturing. I'm really happy to be part of this event. Manufacturing Week is such a great way for schools and companies to come together and for students like you to learn a lot more about all the different careers and possibilities in the manufacturing industry. So yeah, we have a really interesting program for you. You'll be hearing from two companies. We have Perrigo and Adient here with us today, and I'm excited to introduce you. So they will each be presenting for about 10 minutes. And during that time, if you have questions, please use the Q&A function on your toolbar to submit your questions, and we will take time at the end to answer your questions. So for all of the high school seniors out there watching, Discover Manufacturing has scholarships available for seniors who are pursuing a career in manufacturing in the West Michigan area. So check out our website. We have the application and the information there for you. And the other thing we would really appreciate today is if everyone could complete a survey after our webinar. For the students who complete a survey, you'll be entered into a random drawing to receive a $10 Amazon e-gift card, and we will select 20 students. So please make sure to complete the survey. So with that, we're ready to begin our webinar and get started with our first company. I'd like to start with Perrigo, and we would show you their company video.
In the receiving area, located on the north end of Plant 5, is where our process begins for the tablet process. Materials are offloaded, bin located, and recorded in our computer system for tracking purposes. Receiving works with raw materials, bottles, caps, corrugate, and other items used in the process. After materials are received, they are checked for accuracy in our 100% weigh location. This is a high-speed measuring system that verifies larger containers have the amount marked on the outside so that when they are dispensed into smaller quantities, it can be reconciled. Once quantities are requested through batch cards, it is time to dispense materials into proper amounts. Depending on the product being made, liquid or solid materials will be dispensed in a booth, which is recorded for future use in batches. Perrigo stays committed to high-quality products that have various in-process checks performed by our in-house lab technicians. Tablets need to have the proper mixture of ingredients. As mentioned earlier, we talk about making batches. While this process is often compared to making cookies, as you can tell, the equipment here is much larger than what's found in most kitchens. This is called a V-shell, which has the obvious shape of a V and spins to properly mix the materials needed for the batch. When the materials are mixed together, it is time to compress and make tablets. Perrigo prides itself in having the ability to change from one tablet size to another and for multiple types of products. The tablet press you're viewing here is called a Manistee press, which is capable of generating 4,800 tablets per minute, which means it will fill one of these fiber drums in about 120 minutes. With the tablets compressed, it is time to coat the product. This is where we use large machines that dump full drums of uncoated tablets and then spins and coats the tablets with spray nozzles. While it looks like a washing machine, you need to have the right temperature and humidity settings in the room, or this process isn't efficient. Thank you to our in-house maintenance departments that keep our equipment and buildings in tip-top shape. After our sales team has placed orders for our customers, it's time to pull our tablets and package them. On the 419 line, we set the line up to properly count and bottle what is needed for the order. Once the tablets are bottled, they are capped, labeled, and cartoned. This line has the capacity to run bottle count sizes ranging from 40 cc to 80 cc at a rate of 140 to 200 bottles per minute. With the process complete, finished product is loaded onto a truck and is ready to ship to our customers.
Well, that's so interesting. Thank you for sharing that video. I'd like to introduce you to Mark Ryan. He's here from Perrigo. Hello, Mark.
Hi, Cindy. So as Cindy mentioned, my name is Mark Ryan. I lead the engineering and maintenance team for our liquid mix and fill department. I also have Diane Long with me today, and she is the apprenticeship coordinator for our skills trades programs at Perrigo. So I've got just a quick little presentation to talk through. and just kind of give you a little bit of an overview and some more information about the opportunities that we have at Perrigo. So once again, you have already seen kind of a little bit of an overview of our tableting process. We've got a wide variety of products that we make. Primarily over-the-counter pharmaceutical products. Let's see here. So just start off, who is Perrigo? So a lot of people haven't maybe necessarily heard of Perrigo. Generally, we don't have our brand all over our products. We produce store brand pharmaceutical products primarily. So if you have a cold and maybe have a fever and you go down to Walgreens to pick up some Dayquil, you're going to see the Walgreens brand of Dayquil, and that's really the space that we operate in. Our customers are the retailers, and we make products for them with their name on it. We have locations all around the world. And our primary OTC operation is in Allegan, Michigan, as well as Holland, Michigan. We got about 10,000 employees globally, and I think about 3,000 in Michigan here. Wanted to talk today specifically about our Journey Worker program, our skilled trades program. We have our own internal apprenticeship program. And you saw in the video some of our operations group, but it takes a lot of people in the skilled trades to keep our equipment and our buildings running in good running order. So we support internally, we support 10 registered trades. And since we've had this program in place, we've had 148 apprentices who've attained their Journey Workers license. We've got a list of some of the skilled trades there on the side. Full gambit of opportunities to go into from that skilled trades side. So we've got industrial truck mechanics, forklifts, people working on that. Instrumentation technician is calibration and really the measurement side of making sure that temperature sensors are working correctly and speed sensors are working correctly. We've got industrial machine repair and electrician. That's kind of bread and butter skills. Machinists we'll talk about. Heating, air conditioning, controls, automation. Everything in our world is moving towards automation, and there's just tons of opportunities out there. So I just wanted to include a couple of photos just to talk a little bit through. We talk about we've got a machinist trade, and this is a CNC mill. Some of you may have worked on some pieces of equipment like this in some of your courses, but we're manufacturing a part here, and you can see the part in the tooling there, and we're making some of our own custom parts for some of our equipment, to get capabilities that are unique to what we need. We've got water treatment. So here's a photo of some reverse osmosis filters. We manufacture liquid products. We make liquid products. We do a lot of cleaning. We need good, clean water systems to support all of those operations. And so we've got a number of water technicians who maintain our equipment and do testing and other things of that nature to keep our systems running in good condition. We've got boiler technicians and HVAC technicians. So on the left are a handful of boilers. We use the boilers to, anything that we might need steam for. If we're heating a process, if we have heat exchangers to try to get a batch up to a certain temperature, or heating our water for our hot water system. We also have on the right, you can see some HVAC equipment, a small air handling unit. In the video that you just saw, it talked about the coating process. Well, we've got to pump a lot of hot, dry air into that equipment so that the coating dries on the tablets. And so, each of those pans has a supply of really good, clean, hot, dry air. And we've got to have people that can keep those machines running. And I think finally here, we've got the automation, and this is just a test setup, but we've got networking equipment, we've got PLCs, we've got variable frequency drives. Everything in our world is going towards automation. And if you're the kind of person that's really interested in, how do I make machines run and how do I solve problems, using computers or things like that, this is a really good opportunity and something that might be that you might be interested in. So I think the final kind of topic to talk about today is what are the opportunities at Perrigo and how do I work towards getting into the skilled trades? Just wanted to talk a little bit about our technical summer internships. We've had this program going, and Diane, correct me if I'm wrong, 3 years now?
3 years.
And working towards we're a fourth, so we're definitely planning on continuing this and growing this program. We try to work with the local tech centers and local schools, and really the reason is that there is a shortage of skilled trades. So what we're doing here is trying to get these high school seniors in to job shadow along with some of our maintenance and some of our other technical roles at Perrigo. It's a paid job, and it gets you real experience towards what do these people do who are in these types of jobs as a machinist or as a industrial forklift mechanic or an electrician or any of these trades that I've spoken about. And also it's a pathway towards a skilled trade job. So there's a little flow chart on the side here. Typically when Perrigo brings in the skilled trades, we're bringing them in as full-time hires into our operations group. From there, they will maybe work towards a setup technician or some other technical role. We also have the operations repair technician role. And then usually that's the pool that we get into our skilled trades and our journey worker programs. So that's really the kind of presentation that I have for us today. It sounds like maybe we'll be taking the questions at the end, so please get those in, and if you have any questions, I'd be happy to field them.
Well, that was great, and I learned a lot about Perrigo. Thank you so much for sharing. We really appreciate that information. And yes, we may have some questions at the end. So we will now go with our next company who is here. We have Adient here, and we will begin with their company video. another excellent company video. I really enjoy seeing those and we appreciate you sharing those. So we have Fabiola Ducia here from Adient, and I'd like to introduce you to her. Good morning, Fabiola. I'll have you turn on your camera and.
Hi, good morning, everybody. My name is
Cool.
Fabiola Ducia. I'm going to be sharing my screen here shortly. I just wanted to say that we're happy to be part of Discover Manufacturing. I just want to introduce myself and tell you a little bit about me. I've been for about 6 months with Adient. We are located here in Holland. We have other facilities throughout Michigan, one in Battle Creek, and our corporate office and tech center is in Plymouth. Currently, I manage 2 plants. I have about 2 employees, but the plant in here has about 420. We're here on Douglas Avenue, close to downtown Holland. It used to be Johnson Controls many years ago, and before that was Prince. And since 2016, it became Adient. I've been working for human resources for about 15 years. I started as office assistant and moved up to HR coordinator. At some point in my career, I wanted to be an HR manager, and that was one of my goals. So I applied for a position, and a small company gave me the chance to be an HR manager. And after a few months, they also gave me the opportunity to be a plant manager and to experience the world of operations from that point of view. Also having the human resources and the safety hat. Smaller companies give you the chance to wear multiple hats and learn from different areas. Later on, I became HR director, also for an automotive company. It was in Grand Rapids, and we have 2 facilities, about 900 employees total. And then I joined Adient here. I have a bachelor's degree in international economic relations. When I finished high school and I went into college, I thought that I wanted to work in an embassy. And through life, I moved to the United States. And that's where I applied my career into human resources later on. I wanted to show you this video of what is different now with automotive industry and the cool things that are coming up. You probably have seen in the news what self-driving, energy conservancy, and what automotive is expanding on in different markets.
At this year's Shanghai Auto Show, we have seen a number of customers showing their latest concept cars, especially addressing the autonomous car market. With our AI-17 concept, we are showing the complete solution for the level 3 and level 4 autonomous seating solution, which shows our thought leadership in the industry and being able to meet their demand for complete solution of the next generation of vehicles. We have made a number of enhancements on our AI-17 concept, such as a small mini table in the front seat and a privacy blind in the rear seat. These are the unique solutions that are fitted for Chinese market. Also at this show, we are showcasing a number of unique innovations that are developed by our joint venture R&D centers. And these innovations, which is the one I'm sitting on here, demonstrate their capability and maturity to meet the demands of the Chinese consumers, also to meet the expectations of the global customers.
Well, thank you for watching the video. And I wanted to talk about the possible careers that we have in our industry in Adient. And this is something that you can apply it through your career in life. We have from engineering, quality, manufacturing, and operations. Also in maintenance, I think that several of the manufacturing companies that you're going to see through Discover Manufacturing have the apprenticeship program that you can apply either go through manufacturing and operations and support operations and into maintenance and engineering, finance, continuous improvement, human resources, supply chain. For some of these careers, you can go into, let's say, a bachelor's degree that you're interested in, and opportunities are going to open up to you depending on the areas that you enjoy doing, because usually when you enjoy doing something, you're very good at it. So that's when you later on can apply some of the skills that you have learned and the areas that you enjoy doing into some of these careers and some of the areas and fields that you would like to grow on. Just to give you an example, what I'm talking about, there is not necessarily a bachelor's degree focused on quality. However, having the skills and knowledge on quality systems, project management, finding root causes, how the business works, and business management degree can go into quality. It's attention to detail, obviously, but it's also understanding the manufacturing process, because you need to find out what exactly is broken to fix the quality systems and make a good part. The same happens for continuous improvement. For example, we are now starting to see more of the Lean Six Sigma certifications that can be an addition to a bachelor's degree. So never stop learning, and it will take you into the career that you want to explore. So I want to stop for a second, and I want you to ask yourselves, what do you love doing? Even now that you're in high school, what is your passions, some of the subjects that you really enjoy, and what do you like about it? There may be subjects that you really love. You know, when I was in high school, I love mathematics and physics. However, I decided that I didn't want to go and be into a field or a bachelor's degree that has to do with numbers, because this something that I really love was being with people, and the business part, the business, international business was my passion. And that's where I decided to go into. So write down what you really, really love. Think about it, because have that as your goal for the future. I just wanted to share this last video.
Every day we come to Adient, we get to work on the future, and the products that we have on our desks right now will come online, 5, 10, 15 years from now. And the opportunity to get involved in these projects, to work with our advanced engineering, to find these innovations, and to find outlets for these projects with our OEM partners is a really, really unique and interesting job, you could say. And this is my motivation every day. I come into work, I get motivated, and then the process starts. A year later, we have an autonomous seating demonstrator. So what I see every day is the future.
And I just want to finish my side of the presentation of whether you think you can or you think you can't, you are probably right. There are things that you are not going to be able to excel at, and that is totally okay, but understand yourself, what are your strengths, and go after them. I think that when you flourish in your career is because you are doing something that you love and applying your strengths to your area or field. Thank you, Cindy.
Thank you very much, Fabiola. Very nice job with your presentation. We appreciate that. All right, so next we're ready for the question and answer segment of our program, and I'd like to introduce you to Jerry Hill. He's from Discover Manufacturing and he's our industry council lead. Hello, Jerry.
Good morning, Cindy. Great to be here and thanks for having me. Hey, so our first question, I'll give this one to Diane. Diane, one of our students would like to know, do you have to be an adult or to be graduated to start an internship or an apprenticeship?
You have to, at Perrigo, you have to be 18 to be in our machine shops and on the floor with maintenance. Now, you can start an electrical apprenticeship in the state of Michigan at 16, because you technically can go for your license when you're 20. But to work at Perrigo, you do have to be 18.
Great. Hey, when you're looking for an apprentice, what qualities do you look for in that person?
We look for someone that is not afraid to think outside the box, wants to work with their hands, always ready to learn something different because technology changes every day. I started my maintenance career at Perrigo as a setup tech, then became a machine repair, and now I coordinate the program. It's sometimes people don't even think they have what it takes to be in maintenance because the way it's been looked at for years. Just the ability to think outside the box. You don't mind working with your hands. Sometimes you get a little dirty.
Great. As a young person, why would I want to be an apprentice?
Oh, because when I became an apprentice, it was the highest paid job, hourly job, and there it's a good living. When you're an apprentice, nobody cares what you look like, what your size is, gender, anything. A machine repair is a machine repair is a machine repair. It's my husband's electrician automation by trade. It changes every day, and you have to get, there's related technical instructions. You do go to college, you get a technical certificate, you get a certificate from the Department of Labor that's good in all 50 states, Puerto Rico, and the District of Columbia. You can take it anywhere. And in the next 3 to 5 years, there's going to be a huge need.
Great. Thank you, Diane. Appreciate answering those. Pete, this next question is for Fabiola. And Fabiola, can you talk about how many positions you have open?
Yes, definitely. So we have right now about 5 different positions. There may be, and I'm just talking about the job titles here. We have about, obviously, machine operators on second and third shift. I found out that we are hiring also students that are taking virtual classes that they want to earn some money towards college. And we have that flexibility as well. So they can come to work on a second shift and still have the morning to do virtual classes. And they are applying those, saving that money towards college and finding out exactly what major they want to go into. We have production supervisors, one production supervisor, a team lead, welding setup, and a weld repair. And we also have a supplier a scheduler that works with the supply chain and works with the suppliers from Germany. And we try to promote from within. A lot of people that are coming in here, they are also bringing the skills that they may have in other industries. And we are just making sure that they know our process because every company is different. However, the skills that they have learning from other companies, they're benefit to us.
On average, how long would you say that it takes a young person or someone starting out to become a manager?
Well, all depends how much they want to apply. Or engineering manager is the youngest on the management team, and he's 30. So depending on where you want to go and how to apply yourself, I was also I became an HR manager at 27. So depending on where you want to go, how do you want to apply yourself? I think that my previous CEO taught me why sometimes to move up in your career, you have to make sacrifices. And sometimes sacrifices can be driving for an hour back and forth to work. Sometimes sacrifices be relocating to a different city or a different area just to move, for you to move in your career. But also the commitment to the company is something that we want to find from candidates that are coming to work for us. We don't, and also when you are taking a job, inquire about tuition reimbursement, inquire about the training funds, because companies now, and I shared for myself and probably Perrigo, I mean, we have these training funds that's part of the benefits package. And we want the students that are, furthering their career to take advantage of them.
Thanks, Fabiola. We're running out of time, but one of our students wants to know if it would be helpful to know multiple languages as an employee for Adient, and do you need to travel for your position?
So for the positions that we have, depending what positions we're talking about, right now, I don't think people are traveling as much as they used to. They are doing a lot of virtual meetings because really it's safer. It saves you time, and you're still at home with your family, so you don't have to travel all the time for those positions. Also, speaking different languages and multiple languages or be bilingual, it helps you in any career. Not only human resources, not, working as an operator or, to move up in your career. It is helpful, but it doesn't stop there. I think that understanding different cultures and being multicultural and living in different countries, it opens your eyes to other things. However, it is not a requirement. I speak for experience. My kids go to Spanish immersion because I want them to learn Spanish because I am from Mexico and my family is still in Mexico. So I want them to explore that and think differently and open their minds to other languages. But it is not a requirement.
Thank you very much. Appreciate your time. Mark, we're going to give you the last word this morning. Can you describe the culture at Perrigo and why young people might want to work there?
Yeah, so I think this question really particularly resonates with me. Perrigo, in my experience, I've been with the company almost 13 years now. The one great thing about kind of the culture here is that you make your own opportunities. If you want to come in and work in the operations group and work towards becoming a supervisor, maybe get into management, you can do that. Perrigo will empower that. And Fabiola mentioned the tuition reimbursement, things like that. Yeah, all of that is kind of in place at Perrigo as well. We want to equip people with the tools to accomplish their goals, and really having an open mind towards changes and doing things differently, and how can we always get better, is really kind of a culture that's embraced by Perrigo. And I think for me that's been the thing that's kept me here.
Terrific. Well, thank you so much, Mark. We really appreciate it. I'm sorry that we're out of time. I'd love to ask you lots more questions, but Cindy, back to you.
Thank you, Jerry. Thanks to Mark and Diane and Fabiola. You guys did an awesome job, and we really appreciate all the input and your advice. And we also would like to thank the students and educators for joining us today. We hope you enjoyed our program.